and welcome to episode 3 of the Archipelago of Madness, or the Isles of Madness, or that little game we're doing during a trying time. We are the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or...
Cast.
And we will be doing about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not really sure. This first introductory kind of like arc is pretty close to the end, so I'm not sure how long this is going to be. We'll see how long my characters can busy themselves without... We're usually pretty good at stretching things out, but we'll see what happens. Helena, any chance that you took notes on last one? Or okay,
I did.
cool.
And I went back and I made a recap for the first one.
She's a professional.
So we're like, hey, there's some green area over there. Let's go to that. So we're walking, it's awful. And then there's this weird metal box in the distance. And we're like, what's that? So we kind of get closer and this weirdo pokes his head out of some windows and is like, hey. And we're like, what? And so we talk a little bit. It turns out he thinks he's dreaming. His name is Alex. And he's got this crazy metal box that moves around on little wheels. And he's like, but I'm close to no gas. So if we're going to go anywhere, we need to know where and be with purpose. So we're like, yeah, okay, maybe. So like we go check out the water in this area because maybe there's less tentacle horror creatures. We don't see any of them, but we do see this weird ship. And then all of a sudden, like screaming pain rips into us. And we're like, ah, and there's stuff that's wriggling inside of our skin. It's very horrifying. We try to dig it out, but it goes back within. Alex is not having this problem, but the rest of us are. So we're like, whoa, that sucked. So then we head back to the metal box. And there's a cat just hanging out. Cat talks. I mean, this is the kind of world where that kind of thing actually seems nice. So Cat's like, you guys are so screwed. You need to get those wriggling things out of you because otherwise the Yogi are going to find you. And we're like, well, how do we do that? And he's like, go find the sparrows. I'm cryptic. And we're like, okay, well, where do we find them? And he's like, the spirit wood. You got to go through some insert more cryptic directions here. So we're like, okay, cool. So he's like, also, here's like this special pass key and it says Costco on it. And of course, none of us know what that means. So we're like, all right, hit the road. So we hit the road. Alex shows me a picture of kobolds in this crazy nerdy book he has. And he's like, look how weak and stupid that species is. And she's like, you're rude. So we keep traveling.
I think we're having a bit of recap bias now.
Okay, so then we are en route. We get as close as we can in the RV and then kind of continue on foot. We see this huge structure and it says Costco on it. And again, we're like, what is that? And then there's this iron golem carting the front. And we're like, hey, we want in there. Here's our key. And we give him the card and he lets us in. Just doing his job. Anyway, inside it's real freaky. I mean, it's like a chasm and then there's like all these weird blobs on the walls, like moving around. And so we're like, well, we're supposed to go into the chasm. That's what the cat said. So we go into the chasm and then there's this bridge spanning this, like we can't see the bottom because there's a bunch of mist underground. So we're underground chasm. There's a bridge. We're trying to cross the bridge. It crumbles away like bridges do. And then these creepy eye bats come up and they're like, they don't have mouths. How are they going to hurt us? I don't even know. But they try to attack. We get rid of them. Then we make it to these stone doors. There's some Dwarvish script up there, which none of us know. But again, these nerd books come to the rescue and we're able to read what it says. Something about the deep king, something. It's probably not that important. So we go in, There's a bunch of rooms. There's a bunch of weird stagnant pools. There's like these murals with this giant eyeball and dwarves worshiping it. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of dwarf skeletons everywhere. Lots of death. And we're like, this is weird. Why did this cat send us here? We find a throne. We find a room that looks like it might be promising, because then a crazy disembodied voice can be heard. And it's like, hey, will you worship me? And we're like, I mean, maybe. What can you offer us? And he's like, hey, I can get you to the spirit wood. And we're like, we need to go there. Perfect. So he's like, yeah, in the winter, come find me, some other cryptic stuff. And then we get transported to the spirit wood. And it's nice.
So opening up on, so where we left off, you guys were just crawling out of the pool of water in the spirit wood, surrounded by trees of all different kinds. For the first time since you've come here, it is definitely warmer here. It feels like summer within the spirit wood. So, but not oppressively hot, but a bit humid and definitely hotter than you were used to outside of the spirit wood, where it was kind of like room temperature at all times.
It's weird that it's hotter here.
I think I had immediately instructed everybody else, don't eat the fruit. We don't know what it is.
Yes, you had told everyone not to do that thing that you told them not to do.
Are there any birds or wildlife?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You hear birdsong throughout the wood.
But do I see the birds and do they look normal?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Where am I? Oh. Oh, God.
Examine the fruit, too, for the record.
Oh, not 10, 8.
Okay. What did you say, Hank? With an 8, you don't see the birds. You can hear them, you can see them moving about, but you can't get a good look at them.
Okay.
I want to examine the fruit.
Okay, so fruit on... hang on, I have to Google summer fruits real quick. So fruits that are blooming currently seem to be, there's peaches, there's a cherry tree, plum, apricot, and there's some bushes with raspberries, blueberries, tomatoes, and there's even a watermelon patch near the edge of the water.
If there's a patch,
do they look
cultivated.
Normal? Like, do they look like they're... I'm going to crack open a watermelon.
Inside, you see the beautiful red flesh and black seeds of a watermelon. Actually, probably one of the best one you've seen, because these are grocery store quality, and you come from a medieval world.
Okay, so behind
sticker.
Coulter's character's back, I'm going to munch on some watermelon.
It's delicious.
Do I see a path anywhere? Like a visual trail or path?
Not really. Make a survival check for me, Alex, to see if you know what a game trail looks like.
That's a nat 20.
Dang.
I also rolled my dice at the same time.
So you do see what you don't necessarily know of as a game trail, but an obvious less than patch through the woods. But it's definitely not like a trail like you would see like on a hiking trail or anything like that.
But it seems like the only kind of little open area.
No, there's actually quite a few of them.
Oh, okay.
It seems like this is kind of with the 21. You also find evidence of like hooved animals and even a couple paws. So it seems like this is a popular watering hole with several different creatures.
Cool. I point out the different prints to everybody. Looks like there's animals that come through here as well.
If there's animals, then there's probably hunters or some other
Predators.
bastion of civilization.
We should find some place to set up a camp.
Oh, though, one thing that has changed, anything that you took that was Neogi in origin is no longer on your person.
But why?
I say I would have reached around to find the gun and
It is gone, dissolved in the water.
All my guns are gone.
Fine.
I took. Wait, but if we have stuff from Costco, it's still there.
Yeah. All your Costco stuff is still there. Just anything that was Neogi in origin is gone.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull the knife and have it like held stealthily and ready.
I start searching for a place that looks like a good place to camp.
Honestly, here seems like a really great place to camp.
I'm gonna, as I'm looking around, I'm gonna look around and see. I can't. Hanks, what's your character's name again?
Korth.
Korth. I'm gonna see Korth eating slightly on the side, so I'm gonna just reach up and grab a peach and kind of eat it behind.
That is like a great Trader Joe's peach. Who has good produce? Trader Joe's, they have good produce?
Sprouts?
Sprouts, yeah.
Okay, if two people are doing this now, would I finally see this?
Well, I don't think Alex is trying to hide it, so I think you see Alex eating a peach for sure.
We don't know if those are poisoned.
I've got my head in a watermelon, but
Yeah,
it's so
I was going to say, I held
good.
out half a watermelon to be like, you want to find out?
Well, if all of you die come tomorrow, I suppose we'll have our answer.
I just
Oh, Alex, I think you froze for a bit.
I froze for a second.
Okay.
Okay, so I set up some sort of camp. I think we got some camping gear. So I set stuff up, camp like a fire pit. And then
Say,
we're
I
gonna
grabbed a tent as well.
I would like to.
Could you make a survival check for the fire pit?
serve. I keep going into my phone.
Dirty
It's not
20?
in Helena.
For what, Coulter?
Oh, I was going to assist. Sorry. I was like first
okay.
first survival for setting up the tents.
I got a 22.
Okay. Yeah, you set it up properly with like the ring of stones and everything like that, and so it's like super safe. And you have like a nice fire going. But you collected firewood from the ground, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes.
It's important.
I have not chopped down any trees now, and I'm not going to try to do that.
Last time they had tentacles inside of them, so
These branches seem to be made of normal wood, so.
I might try to climb one of the trees and see how far I can see around me.
Yeah. You make an athletics check to get up that tree, girl.
13 plus
You might have lost Scott just now.
18. Scott! Great Scott! He probably gets that all the time. Hello.
your little blinds. I can't.
But anyway, while we wait for Scott to come back, what were we doing? You were climbing a tree, right? What was your athletics?
Yeah. 22. Wait, no, that was is 18.
18? You get up to the top of that tree. Most of the trees in this area are around the same height because they're around the same age. But when you get to the top of it, you can just see trees as far as the eye can see. There's even some trees that are just truly massive sticking up over the other trees. It's just trees until you see ocean. I mean, you can still see like the wastes off to the west where you came from. And you can even still see some of the smoke coming off from the crash site from before.
How far away does it look like the ocean is from where we're at?
From where you guys are at, the closest shore would be west of you. There's also a river to the east of you that seems pretty massive and bisects this current wood that you're in. You're on the west of that river.
Okay. And no sign of that ship again?
Not where you currently are, no.
Okay.
You guys only really saw it before because it was dark out and you saw the lights of it.
What do you see?
I come back down and tell you I see. It'll be nice to know where that river is. Although I don't know if it's fresh water there and not fresh water in the ocean, because the ocean is kind of also the river.
Well, I guess it depends on the source of the water. If it's starting from ice caps, as often rivers do, then it's possible that it's fresh flowing into salt.
That's true. There are those mountains over there. I mean,
Oh, and you would have seen it when you're on top of the tree, but I forgot. But to the south, you see that sheer cut in half mountain, but you do see a waterfall flowing out of that. That's what's feeding the river. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, there was a waterfall feeding the river. But this place does not work like normal.
All right, Alex, is any of this yours? The
Costco?
That was yours. Is any of this?
It doesn't look familiar. It doesn't look familiar to me, right? None of this?
I mean, it looks like, you being who you are, it looks like any number of forests. It is weird that, like, one type of tree, like the different types of fruit trees all growing right next to each other is a bit weird.
Yeah, this doesn't look like anywhere where I'm from. I've not seen these types of fruit trees growing next to each other, almost as if someone planted them here together, not growing naturally.
That was my question. I've only seen watermelons cultivated. I've never seen them wild.
Who would do that?
We have them in greenhouses.
Fancy.
Well, we haven't really met any other civilizations, so who would do such a thing?
Maybe there are beings, humanoids around.
Yeah, if they were here, they'd be somewhere in this area.
We haven't run into anything good, so keep your guard up.
Do you guys camp for the evening? Do you guys discuss anything around the campfire?
I mean, now that we have a moment of peace. Go ahead.
I'll bone up on my my monster manual, and if anybody wants to look with me, they can.
You definitely find the entry on lizard folk.
It's highly offensive.
Yeah, which Korth is offended by.
Korth, look, I found you.
I briefly read it. This is just. They didn't even spend any time with my culture. What is blasphemy?
Oh, and I'll ask you to tell me about it. I'll start making notes next to the margins about your culture.
I'm opening the lizard folk page right now. Hold on.
Well, and also remember, Korth, you were not raised by lizard folk, so.
I know.
I mean, how much of our memories do we have now?
You don't really remember your personal memories, but you have your knowledge, right? So, you being from Ravnica, you would remember, the city you grew up in, but not, personal memories. You know what I mean? Like your world is coming back to you, but, not, personal experiences, your name or anything like that. Well, your name, but you know what I mean. You can remember having parents, but not what they look like or what their names were.
Am I in your book?
What race are you again?
I am an elven simic hybrid.
Elven. I know elves are in the book. Simic. Can I start flipping through the pages?
You find mimic.
No, you don't look like a mimic.
I am not sticky, and I have not tried to eat any of you as of yet.
One of those ate my cousin.
Okay, and I flip the page. We don't need to stay on that then. I do not see you in here. I'm sorry.
Well, that just says that either your plane doesn't know about my plane while it knows about theirs, or it's the wrong book.
There's a bunch of other expansions I don't have. It could be in there.
Is there a world in your book like the one we're in now?
I mean, there's all sorts of worlds in my book. I haven't seen enough of this world to be able to tell you.
Your civilization must be incredibly advanced to have so much plane shifting technology that's incredibly rare.
Oh, we can't plane shift. All this stuff is fiction.
Fiction.
It's
Just kind of
fantasy. It's make believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna start laughing.
I'm just gonna look at both of them.
Like I said, my world's all humans. We're just super we have a lot of technology. That's it.
Yeah, but you
Coulter.
can't plane shift.
Yeah, both Coulter and Korth. You're like, but you guys can't even shift planes. Like,
Are you sure you should be calling it technology?
To be fair, we don't have technology to plane shift. We use magic for that, but still, that's
we can travel to outer space and land on other planetary bodies.
So you can plane shift.
No, we can travel in the stars, but we can't plane shift.
There are no stars here.
Well, there's whatever
I
that
look
is,
up.
pointing at the sphere in the center.
Well, none of us know how we got here.
Are you all still feeling okay after the fruit?
I think so.
Yes.
you guys actually feel better than you felt since you got here, honestly.
I feel refreshed.
It's actually probably the first junk food I haven't eaten in a long time.
What is junk food?
Junk food.
Food that's not good for you because of all the different preservatives and colors and chemicals inside of it, like the food we've been eating.
So you fed us poison?
Long term, maybe. Short term, nah, you're fine.
Korth pulls
I mean,
out,
long term, like 40, 50 years.
Korth pulls out the bottle of Mountain Dew that he has been hiding. Looks at it with like sadness in his eyes, and then puts it back.
How many
He's
of
not
those
ready.
How many of those have you had? You know, I've heard rumors about being sterile and stuff. You know what? Never mind. Don't worry about
it. How many did you have to begin with?
Oh, I don't keep track. I just buy them every now and then. Load up my van.
I don't remember how many I drank.
You've drank a lot of Mountain Dew. Like, I'm
Sure,
not
you'll
sure
be
how you're going to
fine.
sleep tonight.
I'm going to wait until morning to try the fruit to make sure that you all survive as I bite into a mostly cold Hot Pocket.
Ugh, all right.
Wimp.
So the night is filled with the sounds of insects like crickets, grasshoppers. You see fireflies at the little lake, like I guess it's a pond, the pond's edge. So there's definitely signs of life out there. Halfway through the night, does everyone sleep except for Korth, obviously?
Korth tries to sleep.
I would have asked to do watches again still because I don't know where we are. Trust it.
Well, and plus you trance, you don't really sleep, so.
Yeah.
Take a watch.
In the night, what is your guys' passive perceptions?
20.
We have those now.
What?
Oh my gosh. 13.
God.
13.
Is it really 20? Helena?
13.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I was like, what? How?
Halfway in the night, a raccoon tries to steal your pizza roll stash.
I attack it like
I
Jack.
scream at it.
And it runs off.
Of course, we could have eaten that.
We can
But
also
there's
try to
fruit.
we can also try to eat the insects. They're a good source of protein.
Not untrue. Once I know that y'all survived the fruit, I'll try the insects.
Stick a couple of pizza rolls on a stick and hold it over the fire. Just rotate them to cook the pizza rolls.
I really want to try that now.
I'll see that working.
Did you never, like, when you were a kid and you went to, like, a restaurant that had candles and, like, lollipops, like, roast your lollipop over the candle?
No,
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, yeah. It was like you burn sugar like caramel. It was so good.
What
And
a
this is
fun
why-
restaurant.
And this is why Hank has the culinary bug and the rest of us don't. He was culinarily curious even as a child.
Got
As
sugar
an Eagle
glazed
Scout,
lollies.
as an Eagle Scout, Hank has his lollipop badge.
Scott, I mean, Alex, you did bring the stuff for s'mores. Because
Oh,
we were
cool.
heading camping, so.
Oh, awesome. Guys, I want to show you something really, really cool. So I opened up the chocolate, I opened up the graham crackers, and I put a marshmallow on the end of a stick. And I don't, okay, guys, there's two ways to do this. There's this way, and I just put the marshmallow in the flame, and it catches fire, and I like let it get all black and stuff. I'm like, and, all right, try that one. Just try the marshmallow by
Like-
itself.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a little burnt, it's a little cool on the inside, it's a little gooey, it's very sugary. And then I put one on the stick and I slowly do the tedious task of spinning and roasting it. So it's like golden brown. And then I hand that one over again and try that one. I hand it over. And that one's just absolutely delicious. It's warm all the way through. It's good. All right, wait for it. And then I do it again, put it on the chocolate, put it on the s'mores, and then hand it over. Now try that.
It's a lot of different textures.
Korth grabs marshmallows, puts them on the spikes on his claws, and just like has his hand roasting marshmallows.
That's
And
a way
like
to do several at once.
probably like basically till they're almost burnt, and then just like
Just gooey residue left on your claws.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
He gets marshmallow all around his mouth.
Bellin, do you have a s'more?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not eating anything else, so if we brought it, I'm gonna eat it. It's a shame we don't know more about ourselves to, I don't know, get to know each other in this sort of setting. Does anybody have a scary story for the campfire?
You hear a voice from outside the light of the campfire as a naked woman with long auburn hair down to her navel, coming down the front in that modesty pose, steps out, her ears pointed like that of an elf, but much more ethereal. And she walks to the fire and says, I have one.
And my marshmallow that has been roasting just catches fire and drops into the fire as I just
I run up and stand right in front of her and I say, "Who are you?"
I'm
I'm here
palming
to
my
tell
knife.
you a story, little one.
Why? Why? Where did you come from? Do you live here? I have a lot of questions.
I live here in a sense. But if you would be calm a moment, I will tell you my tale and then I will leave you in peace. Several people come to the Spirit Wood, and they think a forest, a haven, someplace safe to rest their heads in this strange world they have come to know. But often they make mistakes, let something catch a flame, take from a living tree that which was not given, harm the grass beneath their feet. And they are never seen again as the wood takes them and makes them part of it. Do we have an understanding?
I slowly put my branch behind me that I was using to roast marshmallows out of sight.
Well, you got that off the ground, right?
Yeah, I just picked it up off the ground and used it, but I put it back on the ground.
I have done my duty and freely warned those who have come to the wood. Treat the wood well, and you will be allowed to stay. Mistreat the wood, and you will be nothing but fodder for the new grass of the spring.
How do we know what is freely given?
You have already partaken of what is freely given. The fruit from the trees, so you may spread its seeds. The branches upon the ground that the trees no longer need. And any beasts who you are clever enough to catch on your own, the circle of life permits this. But
Sorry, Sid.
So like if you can hunt something, you can eat it because that's the circle of life.
Okay.
But take unnecessarily, and you shall be punished.
Well, thank you for the warning.
Also, if you do not seek assistance within the next 3 days, you shall not be permitted to stay within the spirit wood, as you will be too far gone to be healed.
Where would we seek assistance?
Seek the Sparrow. He shall assist you.
Dahua?
Wait.
And with that, she's just gone.
Oh, I was going to ask her if she wanted a s'more. I look sad. I pick my dirty stick back up and put another marshmallow on it and start roasting another marshmallow.
I wonder how we find the sparrow.
You hear a horrible, sad keening from the pond as Chetan just goes,
Nugget.
I am going to trance and I'll just turn around and walk back into the tent and sit down.
What time is it?
It's impossible to know. It's nighttime.
It's just night. Okay.
Tell you if my cell phone wasn't broken.
Well, I just wanted to, I mean, I guess in the morning I'm going to scout around this area, but I wouldn't do it in the dark.
When you guys wake in the morning, if you guys don't discuss anything else, there is a doe and her fawn drinking from the pond, seemingly without fear of you.
Oh, that is so cool. You don't get to see deer where I'm at.
Kill it?
No.
I mean, that would feed us for a while, and if we hunted it, we would be able to take it, right?
Mm.
I walk closer to it.
The doe immediately looks up as you get close and kind of like watches you for a bit, her ears towards you.
I get closer.
She takes off running, her and her
Okay.
fawn.
I won't run after her.
I'm going to try and see if I can find a stick big enough to fashion a spear out of.
Make a survival check.
That's a nat 1.
You do not. You see several sticks on the trees, though.
You find my
I heard her last night. I'm not gonna make that mistake.
You impale yourself.
You find my dirty marshmallow stick on the ground.
And get the knife all sticky.
I think we should look for this sparrow.
Well, all of us but you are gonna die if we don't find it. So that's not a bad idea.
I mean, if you all die, I'm gonna die. So,
Does anyone remember any more instructions that cat gave us? He just told us we had to come
find the
here,
sparrow.
right?
He said go through the well and find the sparrow, I thought.
In the spirit wood, which we're here. So,
Sparrow! I start calling out, Sparrow! Hello?
I think
So
maybe-
what do we know? What did we see about the forest? There's the waterfall. We saw the rest of the wastelands, but we didn't see anything like any buildings or anything.
No. Mm-mm.
other than the Costco.
Well, I don't think staying here is probably the best. We should probably pack up and go searching somewhere.
Maybe towards the waterfall. I feel like maybe civilization would congregate close to a water source.
Okay.
Port.
I like waterfalls.
I do too.
Yeah, I actually, that might not be a bad idea. Is follow the water source too, where it lets out
like-
a port.
Like jumping off of them.
That sounds so fun. Do you think we could drop off of that one? It's really high.
Is there any way to
Sure.
gauge how far the waterfall is from us?
It's about equidistant from the waterfall to the northern coast. So you guys are like around like here.
Like,
It would take you days.
Where did she see the waterfall?
Here.
Gotcha.
so it's days in either direction. So whichever way we go, we might die before we get there.
I say waterfall. What is coast but
Seconded.
more ocean?
If there are humans here, they're probably going to build near an outlet, though, where water
If they have
runs into.
ships.
Yeah. My people don't. I mean, we'll live near waterfalls, but usually we just go visit them. At least the people I know. Most of the time, we want to be around where we can ship stuff to other places.
But
I
your
would
civilization
say
isn't
the
even
same.
advanced enough to use plane shifting, so
We have
I don't know.
planes.
I mean, I will corroborate that our civilization also has ports. I mean, rivers are one of the fastest ways to get between locations.
well, why don't we
Would somebody like to make a survival check?
of what?
I don't know, but maybe the DM will give us a clue.
I mean, it's your guys' choice where you head.
I've
You make a
thrown
fair
in
point. Let's head towards the coast.
So are you guys going to the river and then following the river to the coast?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Maybe we could make a boat.
When you get to the river on the western bank of this it's like the size of the Mississippi. It's a rather large Mississippi, rather large river. You see on the far bank what seems to be a badger washing his clothes.
Hi, hello. How are you today? Hi.
And he goes back to scrubbing a
Hi.
little shirt.
We're looking for the sparrow.
He just kind of like points downriver from where you currently are and goes back to scrubbing.
Will there be signs?
Why would there be signs? Why? Why would we put up signs? For people to just go about nosing other people's business? Here's a sign for you. And he flips you off.
That's a naughty badger.
That was rude.
I still hope you have have a good day and that you're not eaten by anything.
Asshole.
We walk
Kind
that
of-
way.
He kind of like shakes out his shirt, puts it on, turns into a blue jay, and like flies off.
Oh.
Well, screw you too.
Okay.
Well, he didn't turn into a
So,
sparrow. That would have been bad.
Yes, one should always make a good first impression. You never know.
Thank goodness we're not looking for the blue jay. Down the river, I suppose.
Down the river.
Your grandmother's house?
I'll take the time to clean up the camp too. So it looks like it was barely used, if at all.
Yeah, make sure you leave
pack
only
up
We
my
did.
tents.
Yeah, we would have done that.
leave only
God, what-
footprints.
Pack it in,
Called-
pack it out.
What's it called? Oh my god.
No plastic
What's
in
the Boy
this.
Scout saying for that?
place.
Take only
Once I see
memories,
that they're
leave
all
only
still
footprints.
alive.
Leave no trace.
Once I see that they're all still alive, I will take some berries to eat for the road.
Yay!
Make a nature check, Coulter.
What?
Oh no! You said berries.
These are blueberries.
Oh,
said
okay, so you're taking
berries.
specifically the blueberries. Okay.
Yeah.
You said berries, so
I
was like,
heard
make a check.
berries.
A good like hour into your walk, a turtle kind of sticks its head up out of the river and goes, "Where are you off to then?"
Hi there.
Hello.
And this dream is awesome.
We're trying to find the sparrow for help.
You mean Sparrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, he's a naughty cat. I don't like him much.
Do you know where we can find him?
Yeah, up the river a bit and then in.
Do you know?
Why don't you like him?
Like upstream river?
Well, he gave me the ability to speak and all that, and then now I have to know that I'm a turtle in a small pond.
But that's not so bad.
Well, but now none of the other turtle ladies can talk, and now I want company.
Oh,
Aw.
that is mean.
No one ever thinks about that when they awaken creatures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you ask him to awaken a female?
Oh no,
Turtle
I would
for you?
never impose.
Wow.
Well, maybe
And
we
who-
can let him know.
But it can't just be one female because then they're stuck together. What if she doesn't like him? There has to be all the females.
Well,
And then
I'd
it has to
even
be all the
considered-
males. This is madness.
I never even considered consent before. Adds a whole new level to my life.
Good luck. Knowledge is power.
Oh man. He just kind of like floats on his back down the river depressed.
I guess we're going in the right direction
Yeah.
still.
I mean,
That's
what
a
do I
good
tell the
sign.
kids?
So we're heading which way?
Towards the mouth, downriver.
Oh, I thought you said we're heading upriver.
No, you're heading
Oh, downriver.
downriver.
Okay.
I mean, you guys originally your plan was to head towards the waterfall, but a badger and a turtle have both told you that you should head downriver.
I thought you said upstream.
No. He had pointed downstream. I know I just pointed, but
With his little turtle hand. He pointed very slowly.
well, the badger also pointed before
With his
flicking
middle
it.
finger.
Well, that was
Jerk.
afterwards.
Okay, down we go. Down we go. Oh, oh.
Is it pretty easy going or is it like pretty thick?
Near the river, it's pretty easy going because you can walk along the bank of the river.
Gotcha.
So, and with your earlier survival roll, it's pretty easy to find the game trails that follow the river. So
Gotcha. Cool.
the river is kind of fast paced, so it doesn't look like it would be easy to cross by any means. And you haven't seen any bridges or anything. So, but eventually, are you continuing to like jump up into the trees, Helena, and like look around as you like move, or?
Yeah.
So eventually you do see particularly large clearing a bit further into the forest.
On our side of the bank or the other side?
On your side.
Hey, I see a clearing. Maybe this is where we're supposed to head inland.
Makes
Head
sense.
That's the best lead that we have. Let's take it up on it. Thank you so much, little one.
You're welcome.
As we walk, I'll be talking to every animal I see just to see if it talks back. I'll greet it politely. Hello. Insects too. You never know. So.
The only one who ever talks back is one squirrel says, "Fuck off, they're my nuts."
So rude.
Wow, all the animals are so rude.
I also think I've been carrying Chitin in the backpack this whole time.
I'll toss the squirrel a pizza pocket.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. He throws an acorn at you.
Oh, I'll take the acorn. Thank you. As we're
And then
walking
his
away.
wife comes out. It's like, oh, we made of acorns now. We just made of them. We just give them away to everyone who walks by. Oh, man, I should have never asked that cat.
On International Women's Day, huh?
Wait, they know the cat too?
Yeah?
What do you know about the cat?
Sparrow. He helps everybody around here.
The Sparrow's a cat?
Yeah.
The cat's name is Sparrow.
What if it's that first cat? That would be so mean.
Okay.
Did we get his
Starting
name?
to piece this
I
together.
don't think we did.
Squirrel? Or the cat?
Cat.
The cat. He told us to find the sparrow. What if it was him and he could have just said, "You did it"? But maybe we had to earn it.
It's the journey.
Doesn't seem fair.
Common house
Could have
sparrow.
died several times along the way.
Exactly.
A common house sparrow does land on your head at one point, Alex, and kind of like nestles in, picking at your hair.
Is that him?
Sparrow?
It just makes bird noises at you.
Oh, this is new. I could have pet it.
It bites you.
No! Why would you do that? That's so mean. I push it off my head.
It takes off flying, lands on a branch, and then turns into a calico cat. That was rude.
Well, so was biting me.
It is the same cat.
Oh, hello again.
Hello, Sparrow.
Who told you my name?
You did.
I never
Sit
told you
down.
my name.
Some grubby little squirrel.
Oh, I should have eaten him.
Why are you
Okay.
Potential.
So you can help us with the thing that's inside of us?
I don't know. I was just pushed off someone's head. It seems you don't
Well,
want
he
my
doesn't
help.
have one.
You bit me. You can lay
Well,
back
you
on my
tried
head.
to poke your finger in my face. What was I supposed to do?
I tried to pet you nicely.
What did we say in our first impressions, Alex?
To be perfectly fair, you don't have to help him because he doesn't have one of them.
That is fair.
Mr. Sparrow, cat, shifty person thing. Please help us.
Just Sparrow is fine. I've come to warn you.
Mm-hmm.
Any disturbance caused within my camp will be met with swift retribution. Is that to be understood?
Of course.
It's similar to the Lady of the Forest, yes?
We didn't come here. We
Who
were.
are you talking about? Sorry, little one. Lady.
Yeah, really, really pretty, nude,
Auburn hair
pointy-eared lady.
coming down.
I hate to break it to you, but most species on the planet don't wear clothes, so maybe you should refer to yourself as clothed and everyone else as normal.
She had long
this is
auburn
gonna be
hair
interesting.
draping down across her chest and navel.
And she spoke to you.
Yes. Warned us to not take more than we needed, to not take things that were not given freely, and to not, that we were allowed to hunt the animals, but only if we didn't take more than we needed, to repeat myself.
So you're sure her hair was auburn? You didn't mistake it for a deeper color?
No.
Where are you from?
Do we remember?
Where's my hometown?
I don't know. You pick.
Tucson.
So you are outlanders, not born of this place.
No, I'm
No.
definitely not
No.
from here.
And when you awoke, did you awake out of a pod or in a cell?
Cell.
So,
Oh.
I just was driving and ended up here.
You are very lucky to be alive. Well, come and find me at my camp.
wait,
You are on the right trail. Yes, Korth?
Okay.
And he kind of like falls off the branch, turns into the sparrow again, and flies off in the direction you're heading.
Okay, so we're going the right way.
He's powerful.
He's insufferable.
But also has kind of a bad sense of humor.
He's a shape changer, some kind.
That druids, who knows?
Druid or
Wizard with polymorph. I mean, we do it through mostly magical science, but that's a permanent shift and more of a, accelerant to personal abilities versus a minor shift for individual purpose. But that is neither here nor there.
So you head through the wood, and eventually it opens up into a glen of sorts. And within it, you see
Map change.
Maybe.
So you enter from here, the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
And you see several tents, none of them seeming like no wood buildings really. You see crops in the middle of the area. There's a windmill off over here. And in the back, you see a particularly large, kind of grown over with vines wooden building that seems more permanent than the rest. And milling about near the fields and like seemingly waiting for you to arrive, you see other humanoids of various races.
Hi. Hello.
Hello!
Hi.
Oh, the common tongue then. Welcome.
Yes, please. Unless you prefer this. And I speak that in the other language I know, Infernal.
No, I don't prefer that at all.
Okay.
Is there a native tongue to you?
No, we usually teach newcomers who don't know common.
Okay.
What's your name?
Also, you don't speak infernal.
Whatever the one is. You had to look it up. You just gotta ruin my moment.
You just speak common and draconic. That's why I was confused.
Okay, that's the one I meant. I'm sorry. I don't know the languages.
Well, it's just like, wait, infernal? I don't remember anyone speaking infernal.
her eyes roll back. She starts talking in tongues.
This is the surprise. I get to also put stuff in, whatever. Okay.
Coulter, one man comes forward, amazed, looking at you, and you recognize him as a Vidalcan.
I'll greet him in Vidalcan.
You are from Ravnica.
So are you. How did you get here?
I was brought here by the Nyogi. I was saved from a malfunctioning pod.
That's how we all got here.
Well, trust that is the best of all possible scenarios. It is so nice to speak the old tongue again.
It is just nice to see a piece of home. And I'll give him like a Vidalcan handshake. I'm going to imagine it being like like an arm clasp kind of thing with like a reach around like back clap, which causes the lobster claw to fly up and come back down. But how long have you been here?
10 years?
So there is no return.
Oh, if there is, we have not gone to look for it. No one leaves the wood.
It's like a haven in here. It's scary out there.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if you can get used to summer crops, it's quite nice.
It
doesn't
summer
change.
all the time.
Well, it has always been summer since I've been here.
10 years of summer.
Oh,
That doesn't
much
make any
longer than
sense.
10 years, if you believe the others. Alex, what are you wearing?
So my hoodie. What did I say? I had my
Hoodie, blue jeans, and like
like
shoes, right?
sneakers. Yeah, and I have that like special edition D&D hoodie signed by what was it, Mercer?
Another person walks up, seeing your hoodie, and goes, "The U.S., America, Earth."
Yeah. You?
I just need to tell you straight out, you are not dreaming.
Wait, what?
You're not dreaming. All this nerd shit is real.
I start shaking. Oh, are you serious? Are you serious? And I'm going through so many emotions like fear and enjoyment.
Well,
And
hang on. How are the Lakers doing?
I don't watch sports. I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Another one.
Wait, there's more?
What are Lakers? Are they monsters that live in a lake?
I don't have time to explain it to you. He kind of walks away dejected.
No. Oh.
And then for your credit, Hank, you noticed a Warforge working at the fields.
I'm gonna go talk to him. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't know. I'm conflicted.
It's up to you.
I'd stay to myself for now.
Siggy, you do notice that several of the villagers seem nervous by your presence, though. They're not outwardly hostile, but they do seem nervous around you. Like they dart looks at you and whatnot.
I just keep waving and saying hello to all of them. Hi. Hi.
Coulter's not in the room, but the Vidalcan, because he can usually hear us, the Vidalcan turns to Bellin, and in Vidalcan he says, unfortunately, we've had some trouble with kobolds in the camp lately, so I'm afraid your friend, you don't understand what he's saying. I'm afraid your friend might meet some prejudice.
I know that we're all newcomers, but I'm happy to vouch for her. She's been invaluable. I mean, incredibly helpful. She's very intelligent. She was honestly one of the biggest reasons we're even able to get here.
No one will shun her, but there will be nervousness. That is all I'm saying.
Understood. We will do our best to make a good first impression.
And then in common, the Vidalcan will turn to the rest of you. So, I mean, welcome. If you choose to stay, welcome home.
Thank you. Should we set up our campsite campsite somewhere?
Do you have your own tents?
Yes.
We got them from Costco.
Oh, yes. Jeff is always talking about things like that.
Which one's Jeff?
He is the one who is obsessed with trying to get us to play some ridiculous game with circles and a ball he made out of a pig stomach.
Maybe that's what a Laker is. A pig stomach.
Oh, please do not bring up the Lakers. Every night we tell stories around the campfire, and all he does is spout numbers about the Lakers and the LeBron James, who is apparently a warrior from his world. And
LeBron James.
yes, exactly.
LeBron James.
So we don't have any of our memories. Does anybody else here? Did you have yours?
Yes, we all retain our memories of our old world.
All that I can remember is my name and what I am and the basics, but I don't know any personal details. I think it's the same.
Tell me the details of how you came to be here then. What was different for you? You said you came out of a pod, correct?
A cell.
Oh.
There are all these horrible creatures.
You should go and speak with Sparrow.
We've talked to him. He's not very nice.
He's not terribly helpful, but we can make another attempt.
Oh, he is better than some of the other animals we've met, though.
Yes, before Sparrow often, when he nurses the animals back to health, he often bestows with them intelligence, and they usually have a hard time adjusting. We have a sheep that really only speaks in expletives.
Well, I'll tell you that Sparrow so far has been harder to get information out of than a Vidalcan spy.
Well, speaking from personal experience, we are good at secrets. But there are none here, just cryptic knowledge that is best told at once.
So this crazy voice transported us here after making us promise we'd worship it. Is that something you guys are doing too? Worshipping a voice?
There are a few who have formed a semi-religion out of the light, but they just refer to it as the light. No one has ever received knowledge from it. We even have someone who has managed to gain clerical abilities from it.
Sparrow sent us here through the deep well.
We have never been there. We were all brought here by Sparrow from various slave camps throughout the Isles.
I wonder if that means he likes you more than us, because he made us journey here.
The Vidalcan kind of like pulls his short aside, and you see these horrible scars all along his neck. The rest of us were slaves.
To whom?
Unspeakable things.
Spider thingies.
The Neogi deal in slaves, but they do not keep them themselves. Trust me when I say, if you do not know what else resides here, you should consider yourself lucky, not cursed.
Well, I feel lucky to know you.
His is the house, and he points towards the green-roofed building at the far end of the glen. If you need anything else, you may call on me. My name is Cello.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And also, when you are done speaking with Sparrow, we will be Taskmaster, and he points towards the Warforged, will be very interested to know in any skill sets you might be able to contribute. But that can be dealt with after it is determined whether you can stay. I mean, after you've spoken with Sparrow.
Oh, there's more tests, huh?
I should not have spoken after.
I believe we would not have called each other brother before, but I am glad to call you brother now.
Of course. May I know your name?
Berlin.
I'm Siggy.
Oh, hello. Cello.
Gorth.
Alex.
Such a strange name. Alex? I knew an Axel once. Anyway, like I said, just on the other end of the glen, and I hope to see you again.
Around.
Let's go to the entire house for a cat.
As we're walking back, or as we're walking to the house, I'm going to ask Siggy, didn't that voice say something about worshiping during winter?
Yeah.
It's been nothing but summer here for long time.
Over a decade.
Or
Yeah.
over 20 years or more. So does this mean we'll never have to worship this thing?
I mean, he seemed
Well, at
like
least if we stay here.
I mean, he seemed like really big and powerful, and they usually don't say stuff that doesn't come back around eventually. But I think that it would be cool if we had 10 years at least.
Sounds like a foreshadow to me. This sounds like something I would have written in a campaign.
I'm surprised that they didn't know about the deep well or about that presence. We're the only ones that he has sent through that portal?
Well, they all talked about pods and we were in cells.
And I'm not from either of those.
Well, but then we were in pods because we escaped, right? Do we think they mean those?
I think they mean...
Or like creepy butterfly pods.
I feel like we're like. Do I feel
Facehugger
like
pods.
we should find out like scientifically advanced enough that we know what like a pod is?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get some answers now.
After we talk to him, we should find out if any of the other humans got here that way, since there's clearly people from your world.
Yeah. Sounds like Laker dude might not have been a slave. Did I notice any scars on him?
Oh no, he had so many scars.
Oh yeah, never mind. No, he was definitely a slave.
You see, as you approach the building, amongst the main thoroughfare of tents, you even see children.
Wow. Hi.
They all stop and say hi.
Do they look like they have scars, or do we think that they're like children of these people?
None of these children seem to have scars.
Okay.
Oh, I hand out chocolate to kids. From the Hershey bars.
Some of them take it from you, and one of them goes, oh, I'm supposed to go trick or treat. And then he runs off.
He knows trick or treat. I love this place already. I'm never going back.
What is trick or treat? What do you?
Okay, so
I would pick a treat.
We have this holiday where I'm from, and usually you can only do it as a kid. As you grow older, you can't really do it, which I think is a big scam anyways. I think you should always be able to trick or treat. But you go around and you say trick or treat with a pillowcase or a bag or something, and people are supposed to give you candy or sodas or sometimes money. But if they put it in your bag, and if they don't, then you give them a trick, like toilet paper in their house, egging their house, something involving, some sort of vandalism, not too bad. You don't want to spray paint someone's door. Toilet paper is usually the good way to go. Get it nice. Do it in the morning.
Blackmail.
What is toilet
Sounds
paper?
like a...
I think Scott froze. Oh, no.
It sounds like a bizarre cult of Rakdos ritual. Are a lot of people in his world devil worshippers? Is that what we're gathering from this?
Oh, I hope not.
Probably because they wouldn't even be able to plane shift to go fight them.
There I am.
Welcome back, Scott.
Thank you.
What is toilet paper, Scott?
Oh, I was asked what toilet paper is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's this thing I grabbed from Costco. It's when you have to go to the restroom and you have to clean yourself up.
Don't you rest in the restroom?
You usually go to the bathroom. You evacuate your bowels in the restroom.
Oh,
Why would you do that in your bed?
I don't want to go into a restroom.
No. I'm sorry. A bathroom, I guess. They're called restrooms, bathrooms, all sorts of different things. Usually there's a toilet and sometimes there's a urinal if you're at a restaurant or like some sort of public place.
I'll lean over to Korth and just go, so they bathe in their fecal matter. This is very strange.
Yes, I don't understand.
And then rest in it.
And then Chetan kind of whispers to you, oh, it explains the smell.
It does.
I got a lonely tear that comes down off my eye.
I mean, you still had water in your RV shower, which means you weren't using it.
I was conserving. I didn't know how long I would be there.
You would have had to drink that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you pull up to the house. Several kittens are sitting on the deck, and they kind of like look at you and then go back to what they were doing.
Oh my God, I want to go play with the kittens.
Focus.
I start wandering that way when he says focus, so I just put my hands down.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe you're supposed to play with them and that's part of the test. I don't know if I understand the rules of this place.
I think if you see baby kittens, you should always play with them. I think that is the test. Because if you don't, it's probably like you're a horrible person.
We don't have pets. For the
What
most
if
part.
kittens usually run away from me?
Yeah,
Maybe-
I like go up to a kitten and attempt to pet it, and I'm gonna assume it's gonna run away.
The kitten sits back on his haunches, holds out his paw, and goes, hello.
Oh,
I stick out a finger with a claw and like give him my claw to shake. Hello?
Are you here to see grandfather?
Is your grandfather's name Sparrow?
Yes.
Then yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
we're new
you
here.
shouldn't
Sorry.
keep him waiting. One of the cats is playing with your tail. Oh, sorry for Spud. He's not. He doesn't have the capital.
The capital.
Yeah, me, my grandfather, and my sister Lucille. We're capital C cats. He's a lower C.
It's okay. Secretly, I'm like
Stop
trying
that.
not. Secretly, I'm trying like not to giggle because my tail's ticklish.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for the direction.
You as well. A white cat with blue eyes comes out and goes, Spud, and then grabs him by the back of the neck and kind of like takes him off with her.
Lucille, nice to meet you too.
Bye, Spud.
That's not Lucille. That's my mom, weirdo. And like a black cat that's like above you on like a porch goes, I'm Lucille.
Hi, Lucille.
Hello. Are you here to steal from us?
No.
We're here to meet your grandfather.
Well, that's good. The others who look like you steal from us.
What do you mean?
I don't know if I'm supposed to stay.
Ziggy,
Well, if anyone steals from you, let me know. I will go stop them.
after we talk to Sparrow, we should talk about some kobold stuff.
Okay.
Oh, is it birds and bees time?
Leslie, I would love to hear what you have to say, though.
Lucille.
Seal.
Or Lucille.
Well, maybe after you talk to grandfather. I'll wait for you out here.
Okay.
Okay.
God's.
As you go inside, the house is kind of set up exactly how you would expect a cat who had free reign of the construction of a house is built. Lots of like tunnels and shelves everywhere, like little hidey holes just everywhere, things just all over the floor. haphazardly. But also there seems to be several books neatly arranged on a table, and several magical reagents on a different table, all properly labeled. And you see Sparrow kind of nosing through, pawing through a particularly large tome when you enter.
We're sorry to have kept you waiting.
Well, I have led you here. I expected you to arrive exactly when you did.
I like being on time.
Yes. Well, time is relative here. I mean, nothing ever happens in a hurry.
You'd think we were wizards.
I don't understand this reference.
Your
Never
grandchildren are
early,
beautiful.
never late, always exactly arriving when they expected.
No, yes, Clarence often quotes such things as well, and he says it's from a novel.
Who's Clarence?
He lives at the windmill. He doesn't interact much with the rest. A bit of a shut-in.
I know the type.
Anyway, I'm sure you have many questions. I am ready to answer as best I can.
Can you
Please
remove?
sit. And there's like several pillows on the ground, like cat beds that he like gestures to.
Brawl on the ground.
Sit down,
Applesauce.
cross-legged. Yeah.
Can you remove these things from us, please?
Perhaps. I am not sure yet.
What would we need to do in order to have them removed?
Oh, I must determine if it's possible, and then I will remove them, if it is possible.
How do you determine if it's possible?
Through this conversation.
Oh. Okay, well, do you know why we're here?
Well, for the most part, most people are brought here as slaves, sold to the other aberrant races. You,
Sold.
however, as you said, were in cells, correct? And you have a wriggling
Yes.
pain near the base of your neck where it meets your spine, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
This means that you are different from the others. This means you were brought here specially.
Especially meaning.
We are unsure, but those who come here under the pretenses that you did never make it to the slave camps. It seems something ordered you.
Like from
And that's
a
why
book.
Whatever the situation, we have two types of people in the world, besides those who are native. We have outlanders who come here through, usually through the Neogi, and then we have oathlanders. Oathlanders either find their way here through no hope of their own, they just wander in, or are brought here specifically for a purpose by the Neogi that we have not been able to determine as of yet, as no Oathlander has ever survived Neogi captivity.
So would that make me an Oathlander?
No, you came from a cell.
No, I did not.
What do you mean?
I was driving in that van. Do you know what a van is? That metal box through the desert, and I just all of a sudden ended up there.
Whatever you do, never talk to a creature named Woe.
Wait a minute. What is this woe creature?
It does not matter. But just know if whispering starts to occur and it identifies itself as Woe, you must come and see me immediately.
Okay. It won't. It's not like I didn't accidentally talk to woe already. Would it describe itself as woe to me first?
If you reference to the creature in the deep well, no, that is not the creature.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. So we can serve the creature in the well because apparently we're contractually obligated to now.
You agreed to serve it?
In the winter, apparently.
Oh, well, then that's no problem. There are no seasons here. It has
Why
been
is
summer.
that?
It is complicated, but the spirit would. What do you know of planar theology?
Of my own, a fair amount.
You understand how the material plane is mirrored by both the Shadowfell and the Feywild.
Wait!
Yes.
I open the DMG to the picture of the planar drawing in the back.
This is incredibly accurate. Are you a theologist?
No, just your average dungeon
He's
master.
a nerd.
Hey, you're not allowed to use that term.
I used air quotes because I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, clock quotes.
you even have the elemental planes in the correct configuration. May I have this?
Can I copy it for you?
Are you sure of the placement of Celestia and the Comlands?
You'd have to talk to a guy by the name of Gygax.
And these letters, LG, what is that? What does that reference?
LG, lawful good?
What does that mean?
Alignment? So there's 9 alignments in your world?
So you're telling me that every creature on the planet has one of 9 personality types? Come, pull my tail while you're at it.
I open the player's handbook and show it.
We're getting
Right here.
off topic. So you at least have an understanding of the Feywild. Well, when this world was sundered from the material plane, pockets of those other dimensions were also sundered with it. And the Spirit Wood is where the Feywild is crossing over with the otherwise lifeless plane of the Wastes. So it is my understanding that the eternal summer is an effect of that phenomenon.
Seems reasonable.
It is also why the aberrations cannot enter it. The fey magics that keep the woods safe, they are not able to permit. Even things that they create are not able to step into the wood.
Hence the Auburn Lady.
I have never met the Auburn Lady, but I do believe I've heard stories from other hunters who have overstepped their bounds. They do not last long.
How can we be...
Is the Auburn Lady a dryad?
I do not know. Like I said, I have never met her. All I have seen is the remnants of her.
Why are you helping all these people?
That is a complicated question, little one. I feel it is my purpose.
Because you have the power to do so?
Yes, on some level. Often I don't do... you must have met Badger.
He was angry.
Yes.
Well, Badger is one that when I polymorphed him in order to save him from his internment, unfortunately, he did not recover. It has made him quite grumpy.
There's a
You
lonely
don't say.
turtle out there, too.
Oh, yes. He wishes for a mate, but we had concerns about consent if only one female was brought back to sentience.
Well, I can't awaken every turtle in the wood. I will go and look for him. I'll invite him to the community, and we'll see what can be done.
I think he would like that. He seemed very sad.
Lonely.
Yes, I believe he was a depressive in his old world.
So we can find purpose and help build this community here? If you
have the
decide?
skills, and if you do not, you can be trained. If you come from a world that does not Several of the people who have come to us come from worlds where they rely on technology or magic for simple day-to-day things, but eventually you will learn our way of life and contribute however you see fit. But you are more than welcome here, barring certain stipulations.
Such as.
I'm still trying to determine them. Any further questions?
I mean, until you determine them, I think that all we have are questions.
Then ask.
Do you know what we would have? I mean, you know that you said that you do not know what we would have been special ordered for, and you do not know who we would have been special ordered by.
Well, I can make an assumption on that piece. There are several powerful creatures that live amongst the Isles. The Nyogi are the only ones who can come and go. And as far as I know, only those implanted with what you have been implanted with are implanted in such a way to assure your death were you to escape.
So we have 2 reptilians and 2 amphibioids, for lack of a better term. So that's a weird combo of things to want. Sorry, this is a lot to mull over.
Maybe they wanted to impregnate us like that one creature.
I don't think we have the ability to reproduce in the same way that they do. I am still technically a mammal internally.
Maybe they wanted to do experiments.
That is more than likely.
There was a vivisection room on the ship that we discovered.
I doubt that they would be outlanders, but it is possible.
I know that my people, I don't want to say trafficked, but practiced vivisection, but I believe it was voluntary.
Nothing outside of the woods is voluntary.
Do you have Oathlanders in camp?
A few. But again, it's usually random happenstance that they come to escape on their own, and I happen to get there in time to save them.
Do they get the same warning about this thing called woe?
Yes.
Is it one of the creatures that lives in the Isles?
I do not know what woe is. All I know is that one of the first Outlanders I saved told me of a voice whispering to him in the night, and he set out on his own and has never returned. But he was quite mad when he left.
That's not good. All right, don't talk to woe, talk to you instead. Got it. I can do that.
Very well. Now, let's see about getting those removed. He jumps off of the desk and kind of turns into a gorilla.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be messy. I'm going to turn around so I don't have to watch what's about to happen.
He gestures to one of you to come forward.
I go first.
He uses his now hands to take a what looks like a magnifying glass made out of spider web, and he holds it up to one of his eyes, and he takes another, it looks to be tongs made out of mistletoe, and it burns as it goes into your skin, but as he moves it around and the tongs, he eventually pulls out a small worm with the body of a spider where the head would be.
Oh, God. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Thank you.
I look back like this.
That is fascinating.
Oh, look at it wiggle.
Yeah, I'll step forward and just turn around and like drop the top of my jumpsuit.
He eventually gets all of them out of you and gets them killed and pinned to a board. And then he turns back into his cat form. Apologies, I haven't figured out how to speak as primates yet.
Just examining the creatures.
These, if not constantly given directions, after a week's time, wrap around the brainstem and slowly inject a poison that destroys your nervous system.
Ugh.
Good to know.
Nice, it's good you got here as fast as you did.
Huh. So the removal of them, I take it, means that we may now find our purpose here.
Yes. You are free to live amongst the others. If you have one of these, I can determine that you do not have tadpoles.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yes, seromorphosis is
No
quite
offense,
horrific.
Cheaton.
Oh.
Okay.
Any further questions? Now that I know that you are not going to spontaneously turn into a cephalopod-headed creature.
So just to be clear on the deep well situation, that thing won't show up here?
Well, the creature you spoke to can speak to anyone through a deep enough pool of water. So I'm assuming the lake inside the glen could be used to communicate with him.
What is he? Or it?
I'm not 100% sure of his nature, but he protects the rift.
The rift.
What the rift is, I'm not 100% sure of. My father would probably know, but I did not wish to learn my people's ways.
Where is your father?
Elsewhere. I'm sorry, but this is a topic I cannot I am still loyal to my people, if not among them.
Okay.
Also, do you know of the Lakers? Because Jeff just will not stop talking about them. And if you could give him information about them, that would be, it's just miles for my comfort level.
I told Jeff, I said, I am not a Lakers fan. I'm not a sports person. I play tabletop games. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be going to talk to the person in the windmill.
Clarence,
yes.
Oh, Clarence only wants to read his books.
We might have a lot in common.
So, do you have any further questions for me?
No.
I will tell you, I am quite excited to see how you develop within our community. The Outlanders, for some reason or other, all seem to develop well towards a more action-styled life. And so many of them have joined the scouts and search the spirit wood for resources or take care of small threats.
I think I could help with that.
Oh,
Likewise.
so small.
I could do it, but
You're small.
I do apologize, but we don't get many children in the spirit wood.
I don't think I'm a child.
Come now, you take the form of an adult kobold, but we both know that you are quite young.
Yeah.
She's very feisty.
do you have magic users in the camp?
Yes, several. I mean, magic is common from many of the worlds that feed into this place.
Do you have any wizards in the camp?
There is one.
Do you know their name? Because I would like to talk to that person.
Clarence.
Oh, yeah, definitely going to be talking to Clarence. I have a feeling Clarence might be the only thing that can keep me alive in this world.
I mean, he found a couple of spell books from that I have just squared away from things I've found amongst, and he is self-taught. He's very, He doesn't use it to help the community as much as I would like, but
Nope. Well, then maybe I can talk to Clarence. I'd actually like to see if I could learn magic, and then I'd help the community.
well, do you find yourself to be an intelligent person?
I tend to think so. I like reading my books. I'm book smart.
Then
Maybe not so much street smart.
maybe it would be for you, perhaps. There are several people amongst the camp who have several different varied skills. So
I'm definitely not a laborer. I wouldn't last.
you don't seem to have the disposition, no? Did you bring your orange tents, or should I have...
We have some.
We got them from the Costco.
Do you want us
Oh,
to
yes.
set up somewhere specific, or we just pick a place?
Wherever you see fit, just make sure you are at least 100 yards from the tree line.
Okay.
And also be aware that every 3 days you are required to move your tent off of at least the space that it once occupied so the grass is not overly stressed.
Okay.
If you do happen to find empty, barren earth, it's very highly coveted, so I doubt you would. You may set up a more permanent tent, but that is very rare, as most people have taken those.
Why 100 yards away from the tree line?
So that there is no chance of you harming any new growth of any kind.
Oh, okay. Nothing like going to come out and get us. We're just protecting the tree line. Got it.
Well, I mean, a bear might choose to snatch a small creature out of a tent and drag him into the woods and eat him.
Good to know.
I don't think there's any in this area, but the tigers have been known to do that to some of our scout camps.
Okay. Also good to know.
We'll stay together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go find a
Welcome.
spot.
Yeah.
Thank
welcome
you.
to my camp. Oh, and if you could send Lucille in, and she is late for her studies.
Sure. I saw her outside.
Black
So
cat.
you guys exit, and Lucille is kind of like lounging, playing with a daffodil puff that's getting all over her.
Oh my God, I do not want to disturb that.
Lucille, your grandfather is calling. You were late for your studies.
She jumps up onto her feet and goes, "Oh no!" And then she kind of runs off.
Oh no.
Gotta go ruin the cute moments. God, why?
Because he could kick us out of here if he doesn't like what we do.
I didn't say watch her for an hour. I just wanted to watch her for a few seconds.
I don't know what your human fascination with these animals is.
Not all animals, just cute animals.
We live here
You're
now.
sentient
You'll see her again.
That is true. Oh,
We'll
fine.
find a place.
Cello is very discreetly standing to where he could see you come out, and he approaches you. So,
We are staying.
wonderful, wonderful. Yes, yes.
Where are you? Where do you have your tent? Maybe we can set up near you.
I'm in one of the more permanent tents by the windmill. I inherited it from my mentor.
Is there grass around that area that we could set up in for a 3-day span?
Yes, and just keep in mind you have to just move so if your tent is about 10 feet wide, you move 10 feet to the right and then back again. You just have to make sure that you don't damage the grass.
I think near the windmill is perfect.
We will look forward to joining you then.
Very well. I have extra room as well if anyone would like to just stay in my tent, which isn't required to be moved, I have made for myself a Ravnica game board. If you would be interested in joining me sometime.
I would love to see any piece of home.
I've also painted paintings of the great cities.
Oh, do you have Ward 9?
I don't know how accurate it is, but I did attempt one.
Close enough.
Do the rest of you go and speak with anyone or seek anybody out?
I'll just let you guys know I'm going to go talk to Clarence in the windmill after we get our stuff put down somewhere.
Just gonna build a tent.
I got a roommate.
Make an insight check, Coulter.
And possibly
Okay.
boyfriend.
Well, also, Vidalkins are like super shady and known to be assassins and spies, so I will have a little bit of guard up.
It's so funny when he said that, I was like, somebody should do insight, but I don't know if that would be me.
That's a 22.
Yeah, he definitely wants you to live with him on a more permanent basis.
He wants
I'm
those
just gonna go see the pretty
lobster
things. I'm gonna go see the pretty things and make my decision from there.
It's
He wants
just
that
not.
claw.
It's just not subtle how he's like kind of building up something. But he also seems lonely. You know what I mean? It's hard for a blue
and
guy.
I miss home, and I
Yeah.
can't talk to anybody else about home, so it's
so
lonely being blue.
Scott, you said you wanted to go see Clarence at
Yeah.
the windmill.
Definitely.
As you enter, you hear a booming voice. You shall not pass. You know, children, you're not supposed to be in here. And like a clearly middle-aged guy with like a scraggly beard that he has like trying to grow a wizard beard out of, but it's not working, comes out in just the most pastiche looking wizard robes and staff that you've ever seen.
Clarence?
I am not Clarence. I am Clarenzo, the great wizard. How may I help you, Outlander? It's also very clear he's putting on a voice.
Clarence, are you from Earth?
I am from Middle Earth. I spend many hours in the Shire and Rivendell. Are you familiar with that world?
Oh, yes. Tolkien did a great job. You know.
Oh, you're actually
You can-
from Earth.
Yeah, you can drop the voice. Although I'd love to. I heard you could do magic, and I'm kind of interested in learning that myself.
It's hard. I'm going to tell you right now. It took me like 6 months to do this, and he like casts light on the tip of his staff.
Whoa. Okay. Listen, you're from Earth. That doesn't happen. So 6
No,
months,
no,
2 years,
dude.
I don't care, dude.
Dude, there's
Dude.
so much magic here, dude.
Oh,
There's
dude.
so much magic.
Seriously, dude. I will call you whatever you want me to call you if you teach me magic.
I mean, I guess I could try. I've never tried to teach anybody else.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
What did you
How
do before?
Dungeon Master.
That's not a job.
Oh yeah, it is. I was pretty good at it. I actually charged.
Oh, so you just played games for a living?
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't have to pay rent. I lived in my mom's basement for a while, so.
Oh, okay. I was an engineer with 2 PhDs, but yeah, I'm sure I could teach you magic as well.
Oh, awesome! I think you listen. You don't have to have PhDs to learn magic.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, there's no long nights of studying and long, arduous hours of trial and error involved. No, yeah. You can just do it.
You're a gamer. Have you never worked on a campaign? Have you never had your players ruin a campaign? Have you never had to anticipate everything that happens and write endless opportunities for them to screw things up, find their way, open world, everything? Come on.
I'm going to stop you right there. I was an engineer with 2 PhDs. I didn't have time to play Dungeons and Dragons.
See, that's where we differ. But we've both put in long nights.
And look where you're both at now.
Dressed up in wizard
Well,
robes.
well, we should go see Shears and get you fitted for a robe. You can't wear a hoodie and be a wizard.
I love this hoodie.
Well,
Although,
maybe we'll turn it into your robes or something. I don't know.
oh, can we cut this piece out and put it on the front of the robe?
You want a giant D&D logo on the front of your wizard robe.
It's signed. Yes, I would love this on the front of my wizard robe.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Awesome.
I'm just glad you don't want to talk about basketball or whatever.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Did you meet Jeff? What a tool. You just want to
Jeff
talk about
comes
Lakers
by.
all day long.
Jeff comes by and we talk about the few shows that we do watch at the same time.
You don't watch sports, right?
No, it was mostly the MCU. Hey,
Oh.
did they ever get past the first Avengers movie?
Oh my God, you missed out. They have like 4 Avengers movies.
Did
Oh
they
my
make
God.
a Doctor Strange movie?
Yeah, and there's a second one coming out now too.
Well, we'll never see
Multiverse
that.
of Madness. I know. It sucks. But at least I got to see the whole Avengers arc. Sorry you didn't. I could tell you about it in detail.
If you have details, I would really like to hear that, yes.
Oh yeah, well we can definitely do it. Or even better, we can get people together and I can write it as a campaign.
I'm not going to play D&D, dude. There's so much
Aw.
work to do around the camp.
I heard you don't do much.
I study magic.
I'm just saying I heard you don't help around the camp much. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
too busy trying to unravel the rules of the multiverse. Do you think he casts Mage Hand on a rock? Do you think this happens because I just wanted to, or because I spent hours trying to make it happen? And he just rants on as you walk along the camp.
Awesome.
Are we with you at this point?
No, he went off by himself. He said.
Oh, okay.
How'd you get a hold of the windmill?
Oh,
As
no,
your own.
we're shifting scenes.
Oh, gotcha.
Does anyone else have anything they want to do?
I'd like to find a druid if they have any.
Sparrow.
Oh, okay. I just feel like it would be useful in figuring out this broadly.
Yeah, Sparrow's the druid, so.
Okay.
Anyone else interested in a particular career path?
Have any is there another artificer anywhere?
You didn't want to talk to him, but yeah, there is.
I don't want to talk. It was the other lizard folk dude?
No, the Warforged.
Oh. I mean, I'll go talk to him. I just I wasn't raised I don't remember who I was raised with, so I don't know if I like Warforged or not.
You're fine. I'm just saying he's the artificer, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I would go talk to him.
Hello, state your purpose.
Are you from Eberron?
Are you from Eberron?
Yes.
I have no more allegiance to any faction. If you are from Eberron, I am a free Warforged.
No, I don't have any allegiance either.
The Dragon Mark.
Yeah, I was outcast for that.
It is an aberrant mark. I assumed you a changeling. Apologies.
No.
Well, there is no castes here.
That's good. What do you do here?
Currently, I am cultivating the crops. It is difficult to do without damaging the forest overtly. It needs to be carefully tended. Today, I am testing the soil for pH balance to make sure it retains it, and picking a new crop so that we can bring back to the fields, crop rotation and whatnot.
You tried the Three Sisters method?
That is what we have been using, but it is seeming to salinate the soil too heavily.
Interesting.
How may I help you?
Do you, see, I don't know how. Why would I know that he was an artificer?
You wouldn't necessarily, but he is from Eberron.
Okay. I guess I would just talk to him like about stuff I remember from home. Like just because I feel like we don't remember a whole lot, right?
No, not really. Just general stuff.
Yeah. I guess I would like talk about like what I remember, but I don't know how in depth I would go because I don't feel like I remember a whole lot. I would ask him if I can help him at all.
Of course. There are several other projects I could use assistance with if you know your way around a wrench and a spanner.
Yes.
The windmill, and he points to it, the windmill does not actually run off of wind power. I have gears and steam set up. I have just set it up in such a way to where they are not obvious, as there is no inherent wind here.
It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Are you comfortable with clockwork?
Yes.
Any
like
magical
moving
theory?
parts. I'm gonna pull out the like magical crystals that I took from the ship.
They are gone. That is Nyogi made.
Oh, that's Nyogi crap. I mean, I don't know. Do I know magical theory?
I mean, do you have the Arcana skill?
Yeah, I do.
Then yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I have been intrigued in finding an apprentice, but no one here seems to have any interest in machines.
I would like bow my head and I would be honored to learn from you.
You are 80% more intelligent than the average lizard folk that I have encountered. I appreciate the anomaly.
Me as well.
I am 5'6", 855. The locals call me Tin Man.
I'm Korth.
Death. Interesting name.
Worth.
I was just translating. Apologies.
Oh, translating from what?
Draconic. Your name means death.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cruel name to give a child.
I mean, I was abandoned as a child, so maybe that's why.
Very well.
Sweet.
The Tin Man. Besties.
Does he explode in a crystal if you play a right frequency?
No. I was making a Wizard of Oz reference.
I know. I was referencing something very obscure. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
New merch idea. I was referencing something obscure.
I couldn't help it.
or beware obscure references.
Beware obscure reference ahead. Yes, I love
I
it.
sure hope it does.
I mean, to be honest, guys, we've reached the end of like this arc, because like after this, you guys live amongst these people for a while, and then you come back as first level characters. So that's the end for now.
Hey,
And the sun set, meaning it blinked out for another day done.
There was some line where someone was like, "Those look familiar," and I've been racking my brain the entire night for that vine where she's like, "Those shoes look familiar." No.
Oh,
Yeah, I know what
nothing.
you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I never
Literally
know.
all night I've been trying to remember that.
Those shoes look awfully familiar.
What is it?
We're still recording, right?
Yep. Of course I do.
I mean, on the recording, do you guys have any questions about like what happens next? I mean, it might be a long time before we come back to this, but
I had a lot of fun.
So-
It's really awesome setting so far.
yeah, agreed.
It's scary and weird.
Oh, I
Yeah,
haven't even started to get that scary yet. There's a lot
Scared.
more horrific things to happen yet. You can ask Hank. The Spirit Wood, there's some terrible things that happen in the story. So
it's been really hard not to like meta some of this stuff because I'm
well,
like,
I've changed
oh,
some
God.
of it too. So
No, I'm sure, but like there's pieces I'm like, oh no, don't do that.
that's why when you were like, let's go to the waterfall, I was like, you know what happens at the waterfall.
Oh yeah,
What
I
is
do.
wrong with you?
Or Flake's water.
Also, Easter egg for just you, Coulter, essentially. The Badger was Badger from that one shot that we did.
Yes, I thought it was.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Badger.
So he's also a druid.
He's a dick though.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. If you would have offered him money, he would have been nicer.
Well, we don't have any money.
That's why he wasn't nicer.
Dude.
I'm excited about the concept of learning to be a druid from this cat because I was trying to figure out, like, with my skill spread, what makes sense? And it was like druid or monk, and I like druid better for me.
Well, so the class you were in your old life was druid.
Oh, okay.
Ironically, Hank was an artificer. Helena is an enigma, and Alex didn't have a job.
I figured with my stat array, I was like, yeah, intelligence is pretty much my only positive stat. So
Yeah, that's mine. I was like, I'm gonna go wizard, and then Scott was like, I'm gonna go wizard, and I was like, damn it. I thought I
everything
remembered
else is
artificer, and I've never played one, so
yeah, everything else is like 0 or negative. So
yep.
That's what happens when you're a human.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, I rolled everybody's stats, and that's why when I got that stat spread, I was like, that looks like just like a normal person. So that's why I made them a normal person.
I put that Vine in the chat for anyone
We'll
that wants
watch
to
it.
know what I was doing.
But as far as tonight goes, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Mighty Misfit Menagerie does the Archipelago of Madness, which, like I said, is my home campaign, which has been hand forged in my mind for several decades now. But I've never got to play it all the way through. So I'm really hoping that we actually get back to it at some point, because every time I start it, it's cursed. I swear to God, it's cursed. You can ask Hank. I started this campaign, and then coronavirus fucking happened.
we just got to the like meaty part,
Yeah.
and it was like, nope, can't gather anymore.
So it's a cursed game. Yeah. So if our stream goes under, it's because of this game.
Don't say that.
Thanks for having me be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
And thank you, Scott. Yes, our a wonderful patron who guest starred for us. It's always happy to see you.
Yay.
And thank you to all of our patrons, including Sparky and David, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Scott.
That's right. Apparently
and our newest one, M.
And
Scott.
And Scott.
Yes.
And just so our viewers know, we did not invite Scott to guest star because we forgot him a few times. That is not why. We don't feel guilty in the slightest.
Not at all.
Rio has a crush on him.
Guilt.
Who wouldn't have a crush on Scott, Helena?
Thank you, Rio. Thank you.
Wow. Alrighty.
And with that, we wish you friends, fun, and natural 20s.
And a
Have
Merry
a good night,
Christmas.
everybody.
Cast.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.